Hey there guys, welcome back to my blind playthrough of Resident Evil 4 Remake. After that really shitty fight with Krauser, they've ruined such an iconic boss fight and honestly made him either the worst or the second worst boss in this game so far. But that's not saying much. The bosses on this game are a complete garbage. Every single one of them. Every single one of them has poor designs. Every single one of them has been reimagined in a really stupid way, in a really silly way, in a very comical sort of way. Like with Torres Mendez, and with Salazar, and with Krauser, and with the El Gigante. I'm so fucking done with this game, guys. I really am. I already said my score of this game was 1 times 10 to the negative 25 out of 10. But I expect it'll decrease further as we go on into these final 2 chapters of the game. Oh, and also, before I started this part of the blind playthrough, I took the time to replay the cabin sequence again, and I finally managed to no-damage it, because apparently I killed the required number of enemies to spawn the brute in faster, and I also got the wooden boards to spawn in faster somehow. I don't really understand how in my previous playthroughs I wasn't killing the required number of enemies, because I'm pretty sure I was sitting on the stairs using the shotgun, killing the same number of enemies. I mean, this time I used a lot of grenades as well. And I also relied upon some video showcasing how to do the cabin sequence faster. But I don't feel like I applied much knowledge from that video when I no-damaged this cabin sequence on my first try, starting hardcore difficulty again. But even though I did it, it still doesn't change what the sequence is. It's the worst siege sequence I've ever seen in the Resident Evil game, by far.
Their defenses are no joke. That's gotta be their sanctuary. Ashley.
Let's see how they'll ruin this moment now. I guarantee you guys, they're gonna ruin this whole entire sequence.
Buy-in, that's good. Bang, better to be over-prepared. Am I right? Where you gonna put this? Your pocket?
Also, yeah, that auto sword feature is really nice, but it's still not important, because it's not related to the, because it's not related to the overall gameplay at all. It's just a nice minor mechanic, but it doesn't change anything with this game. I seriously didn't think they could do worse for Resident Evil, guys. Uh-oh. Why isn't the chopper here? Oh.
What was that?
Let's see what he actually does. That's probably all just cinematic stuff. I hate Mike's voice actor in this game, and why is he a cliched Vietnam War veteran? Like, that's what he literally sounds like. Mike was a young kid, for crying out loud. Did Mike just damage me? This music's pretty nice, gotta say. And Mike's not doing anything again. I see. I imagine he's not going to do anything unprofessional. Why the hell does he stun you? Like, what is it about new Capcom these days, where they want you to hate your allies? for doing stupid things like stunning you or all this other crap. Uh-oh. I still don't understand why he just stun locks them and he doesn't kill them instantly. It just looks silly. Oh, he's gotten on the turret. Oh. Wow, look at that miracle grenade nonsense. You couldn't do that earlier, dude? Seriously? Also, guys, you remember I discovered that weird knife execution animation on the military Ganado, where you could just get behind them after they do a recovery animation, and then just stab them? Well, I tried to test it on the villagers and the zealots, and it doesn't seem to work. That voice is so bad. At least he's providing good cover at the moment. But again, it's hardcore, not professional. They're gonna just gimp it where he has cataracts, and he doesn't do anything. It would not surprise me in the slightest, because that's what they did in the original Resident Evil 4. At least to my knowledge. I don't know if that was actually a thing or not. Who else wants to play? Oh. That's just treasure. Ah, great. Anti-aircraft fire. Why have they made Mike so fucking goofy? I don't understand. It's locked. The fucking barrel stunned me at that distance. Come on, go! I remember this hallway here from the original Resident Evil 4. That would have been so bullshit if he actually hit me right there. There's no ladder here now. This is like a good spot to take cover for the moment.
Present for you.
I can't believe they can take that many grenades. They're just standard Ganado. I don't see the difference. And of course, there's no stopping that fucking grab, as per fucking usual with this stupid game. Whoa. What was that? Just gotta keep running. Shit. What was that? Fucking crossbow guy. There we go. Anyone else?
Time for a taste of your own medicine.
Alright, how am I supposed to take this guy out? Or am I just shooting it repeatedly until he eventually dies? There's one behind me. There we go.
All clear.
Oh, this has limited ammunition. Just out of the blue, it has limited ammunition, this turret. Good work. You're not totally useless now, Mike. To be fair, though, you know, originally, there was a mechanic where Mike would be like, hey, get out of the way. I mean, he would still be shooting, though. But, like, the shooting was not there to really help you. It was just to contribute to the cinematic experience, not to mention getting rid of turrets. But the times when Mike would just not destroy the turret until you killed the guy on the gun, that doesn't make any sense. Out of ammo? You think a military-grade chopper like that would have a bit more ammunition than that? I will, though, because this game is bad. Come on, buddy. At least he's on his own. Actually get the drop on him. Yeah, this only works on the military Ganado for some reason. It doesn't work on the village Ganado. It doesn't work on the Zealot Ganado. I'm not entirely sure why. There's another one coming. Oh, I had it right there, but it disappeared. Come on. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Ugh. Come on, dude. Work with me here. I really wish that worked on every enemy. I don't know why it's just with the military Ganado. Or militia Ganado, actually. They're not military Ganado. I wonder if that brute with the wrist-mounted machine gun is in this sequence as well. He's probably gonna appear here, and we have to get Mike to kill him. But so far, the sequence isn't really showing its ugly side, but of course I have upgraded the Red 9, so I'm not really seeing the poor designs at play, but even then, I was still dealing with poor designs. And I still had the knockback on the shotgun. Have I upgraded the shotgun, by the way? I have. Okay. Oh, I can take this guy out at a distance. Won't matter much, though, because the enemies can just stack up on the turret. Oh, shit! Why now does he decide to shoot me? He's leashing? Fuck you! Stupid game. I'm gonna use this to my advantage if there are any enemies coming. You've already ruined so many iconic moments. I'm just gonna accept it at this point, and just say the sequence is already so bad that I need to use this tech to my advantage. Is he coming? Nope, he's coming now. Oh, no, now he's leashing, or not. It's still such a blow to my pride as a Resident Evil player that they could ruin such an iconic fight with Krauser and replace it for the shit that it was. So does that turret only fire in a straight line? You can't turn? Is there somewhere on the staircase here that I can shoot him? Yeah, it looks like I can from here.
They keep coming.
He's dead. I really wish Leon did that kill confirmation noise a lot more often. I haven't even upgraded this pistol and it's somehow stunning him, because everything's dependent upon arbitrary damage values. Of course, the animation is going to have more life. I think the only reason they did that is because of the way the progression system works with the merchants, where you can't fully upgrade your weapons at the start of the game. You can only go up to one tier, and then you have to unlock the next couple of tiers in the later chapters, which is likely why the enemies scale in damage and in terms of health. Submachine gun ammo there. I don't see anything else here. Boy, this would be great to have the search feature from Resident Evil 1 Remake, right? If this game is going to take influences from Resident Evil 1 Remake, then why didn't they bother bringing in that feature? I like this music, guys. That's at least the one thing I like. That has nothing to do with gameplay. Nothing changes my score because of music. All this pointless ammunition. I still can't believe they give rifle ammo at that frequency, yet they don't even make the rifle available outside of the merchant. Where's the logic in that? If you're considering the rifle to be so crucial to the fundamental flow of gameplay, why do you force it inside of the merchant? They're gonna spawn more of these enemies when I hit one of the switches. Wonder if you can actually, No. I thought that would have been pretty cool if there was a system like that. But I bet the brute is going to spawn in, the one with the wrist-mounted machine gun. Yep. I could have designed this game, guys. But of course, I would never design anything as shit as this fucking game. Whoa. Tried to get away, and he's just right in front of me.
Break already.
I need to go backwards. Oh, you can't jump down there. What the fuck? Is he gonna follow me? Yeah, he's coming. Exactly what I need. I'm not entirely sure why you can deflect these. Actually, what's the fucking point of that? So he's not firing he's firing arrows. Okay. Finally. Just gotta use the third-person cover trick to my advantage. This is a pretty chill sequence, but it's needed. He's leashing. Yeah, remember guys, this game is designed with no merchant and handgun/knife only, so they want you to use this exploit, it seems. Mantle over here. Okay, so there weren't as many enemies this time. Still though, bullet spongy enemies. Taking up a lot of ammunition and a lot of knives. Get in? Why is he saying it, not Leon? Come on, that was meant to be another way to establish Leon's character traits. They took all the good lines and just gave it to other characters. Mike has no reason to say that. Leon has the reason to say that, because, of course, that's his way of saying thanks to Mike for his amazing support.
Nice and slow. What?
The beast of doors. Oh, Mike, that did not sound very good with the way he said Mike and Sadler. There was a lot more power in Paul Mercier's voice when he said Mike, and he's like, Sadler, you bastard. Ah, great, here they come.
I'll make sure you're the next to go, Sadler.
This is not the way to go, this is the way back. So I need to fall back. There's gotta be a leashing point somewhere. The shotgun at this power instantly kills them, it seems. Are they leashing? Yeah, they're leashing. So that was okay. I'm sure people might think that's better than the original because there aren't as many enemies, and there was only like one brood. But I imagine they'll reimagine those placements on professional, because as my subscriber said, you don't notice the enemy rearrangements on the earlier chapters, but on the later chapters they're definitely there. And is this trap hallway still here, or is this only in the Separate Ways DLC? I think this is the way to go for the optional area. Oh no, this is the, what's that? Staff of Royalty. So they moved that location? Originally that was inside of that, mine area in the original game. Keenan's... Oh, okay, so these are Sadler's ascendants, like, his precursors. The bones of our brethren rest in all nations. The blood of our brethren provides all food. We die only to be reborn. We live on through eternity. We reign absolute. So I guess it makes sense that there's a long line to Sadler's family that likely continued the awful traditions that he's still instilled within the Ganados and the Plagas. One has to wonder if Mendez had any long family lines or anything. So this should be the part where Leon is about to kill Ada, and then she saves him in the original.
What the?
No, it closes after a certain amount of time. It's the second time they've introduced that door. Biological specimen transfer. The repairs were completed without issue. Since the facility was previously used for confinement, the work required to reinforce the airtight ceiling was minimal. And as long as we don't run into any issues with the cooling system yet, we plan to bring in all of the remaining specimens from Facility 1. All specimens were successfully transferred. However, we experienced a slight hiccup during transport as one of them became violent. Luckily, the number of casualties was less than anticipated. Please be extra careful when dealing with them. We have received reports that they are beginning to acquire a tolerance to the low temperatures. They're talking about the regenerators, I believe. So you have to make sure you don't touch certain body bags, it seems. However, it won't matter because I imagine they'll place the body bags in situations where you're forced to touch them. Because they want you to deal with at least one regenerator. Alright, so then the next one is right there. I did not think he'd be able to roll under that. Okay, so at least they take the time to design an actual stealth sequence, compared to the previous parts where there hasn't been a single stealth sequence in this game. If you can even call that sequence a stealth sequence.
Welcome. Things on sale. A deal well struck.
Given that Sadler's gonna take a beating, I might as well just increase my capacity or in damage.
And
You can upgrade the
make up
fighting
for a
knife.
lack of skill, friend. That's
Huh.
good work, if I
Okay.
do say so myself.
I guess I'll increase its
Dazzled,
durability.
are you?
Almost there. Ashley, I'm coming.
Whoa! Okay, so they're in this section. Alongside the other ganado.
Next.
Ah, there. I can't see him, it's so dark. He just refuses to turn on his flashlight at all times. What? That was a brute. Anything inside this building? Oh shit! I just saw that bear trap at the last second. I'm not entirely sure why they're introducing this kind of section. It just really feels odd for pacing. There we go. Given that that barrel is there, likely there are going to be more enemies. Three shots and he's dead. What is with the HP on these plagas? Why is it so jack? Okay. I'll fight more enemies. Why not? Wow, their axes collided in midair.
Sorry. Present for you.
I'll just go around them. This is so boring. There's another Navisa door somewhere. I didn't even kill him instantly, what the hell?
They keep coming.
I swear, like every single combat encounter, I've just like... I have to fight more of these shitty enemies. It just never ends with this game. But how badly paced the encounters are. And with how much the combat just feels so abhorrent. You just don't want to engage with it. Just get me the hell out of here. Where is that fucking exit? I need to somehow disable that turret. Okay, it's this way. How did I fucking know there'd be an enemy behind there? Just... And that tracking is severe. And that kick he does. Just fucking run. Just go. Finally. What a terrible sequence. So many enemies. It's just so odd to have that after the sequences we just did. It's just become draining at this point. I'm not engaging in your draining combat, shitty Capcom. Crapcom. New Capcom. Whatever name you want to call this crap development team. Huh. There's the dominant Plaga, or at least the Plaga that's emitting those sound waves that allows the sound organ inside of each of the subordinate Plaga to hear it.
What do you want?
I simply wish to share this gift with as many as possible. A humble wish, don't you think? You see, we are all connected through the holy body.
Another one of this hive mind garbage. Another hive mind concept. Like, what is with shows nowadays? I mean, you see this with, like, Stranger Things. I mean, I don't mind it in Stranger Things at all. And then you have The Last of Us HBO with their hive mind, which is not how the Cordyceps was ever portrayed in the games. Then we have Resident Evil 7 and Village with their hive mind, which I'm perfectly okay with if it's just those games. And now the Plaga is suddenly a hive mind. They're just a parasite. They're not a fungus. What is this? They're not emitting some kind of chemical or transmitting electrical signals through hyphae like fungi do. Not to mention, the way the hive mind is portrayed in this game is so inconsistent at times, and it's just here to suit the plot when needed.
And now your flesh and bones, your very thoughts, are already one with us.
Bullshit.
Why do you reject serenity when you need only accept the sacred gift? Like she did.
Sadler?
Ah, yes, the time has come for this lamb to join our covenant. Oh, blessings unto him and the sweet mercy they bring. Exalt all and let it be. Leon!
I mean, technically, shooting Sadler wouldn't have actually stopped that. I mean, it's all coming from the Scepter, surely. Unless Sadler's willing the parasite within the Scepter to transmit the sound waves to trigger the event. I don't even understand why Leon is experiencing this now. Like, why wasn't he being convulsed like this when in the presence of those red zealots who somehow had the ability to just emit a sound wave from red crimson flames and just cause the parasites to fully mature in a matter of a second and just emerge from the body? And that's another thing. They still haven't explained what the significance of the flames are. Like, why did those Amaduros just freeze completely from the blue flames why is it that the red flame somehow causes the parasites to emerge from the body, and now all of a sudden, Leon is experiencing that same effect, only there's no presence of red flame or anything. Sadler's just willing it through the sound waves. Like, I don't understand. And where's the black liquid in Leon's case? He wasn't given the black liquid. Only Ashley was. So why is his case so different all of a sudden? Jeez, the lore for this is a fucking mess. That does not look as imposing. He just removes it from his body instantly. Whereas, at least with Sadler, you were just wondering what he was doing. He was slowly getting the bullet shells out of his body, and he just dropped them. I mean, that slowness to Sadler at least added a bit more intimidation, but he just gets rid of them instantly. Why does the parasite just stop right there once the sound wave has stopped transmitting? I mean, it's clear that it's fully matured at this point, and it's about to deprive Leon of his mental faculties, this and that, and probably cause physical damage in the process while it's growing, but all of a sudden it just stops once the sound wave stops. How does that make sense?
Ashley. Ashley.
And conveniently, Luis's lab is here. I mean, obviously, they did say that the lab is here at the sanctuary, but this close to where, this ritual was being conducted, that's so convenient.
Looks like it's this way.
Can I actually skip this, please? I mean, this is gonna be like that elevator scene with Luis. I could skip that, but I can't skip this. I don't mind these kind of moments in Resident Evil 7 and Village, but in this game, it just doesn't make sense. Am I supposed to be impressed by this so-called internal struggle that Leon's having? Leon's not the type of character where this kind of story arc works. Ironically, with Ethan Winters, even though it doesn't make sense for him to be made out of the Buta seat, they at least touch upon that inner struggle when he was going up against Miranda, and he had Evelyn inside of him, or at least Evelyn's consciousness. I mean, even though that's never really explained very well, and personally, Evelyn should have never returned in Resident Evil Village, and the whole plot line of Rose being Evelyn's true form, and then Ethan apparently passing Evelyn into the Megamycete when he passed away, and he was somehow in close proximity to the Megamycete, like, that doesn't make any sense, but at least they used Ethan's, like, fake mutation, or that's what I want to call it, as a way to conclude his passing. I mean, just the way he collapses at the end, when he deals the final blow to Miranda, and he feels so tired out. Like, he feels like he's done what he has to do, and he's ready to pass, when he just kneels on the ground, and he holds Rose in his hands, and his body is crystallizing because he's reached his Hayflick limit. Like, I like that symbolism right there. I like the way they use that internal struggle, even though it doesn't make any sense lore-wise, and I really hate that because of that, so I have a love-hate relationship with the way they presented that, but at least it served a purpose, but this isn't serving any fucking purpose at all.
Still you resist, child.
What is this, Evil Within? What's with all the water everywhere? Are we in Stranger Things now, where we have the sensory deprivation tanks, and that sense of being immersed in a sensory deprivation tank is represented in an individual's mindscape as just walking on water, and there's water on the ceiling now. Like, what is this? Or is this related to the black liquid? But Leon wasn't injected with the black liquid. Why is this happening right now? What does this have to do with the Plaga? Why would it be represented like this?
Enough. God damn it.
Luis had more of that suppressant. Were there only 2 vials? This is such a waste of time. I don't see the point in this. That was so badly done. That was so unnecessary. Just have it all be in a cutscene. Why do we need to go through this stupid walking moment?
It has to be different.
I'll read files while I'm busy carrying Ashley. This is how little I care about your stupid sequence, new Capcom. We'll see how this works. Is it going to be special radiation? Is it literally going to be an incision in the chest?
You go first.
No way. Like I told you, I'm gonna get you home safe. Here goes.
Okay. So, they're just immediately able to purge it. I mean, Luis didn't say anything about what he was doing at the Los Illuminados. He didn't mention anything about him designing this whole mechanism to remove the plaga, to find a way to prevent the removal of the plaga. Why would the Los Illuminados still have this anyway? Technically, I mean, with that amount of struggling, it's gonna miss, but somehow the AI system is not missing that plaga, even though she's moving around. That's weird. And that's bound to cause a lot of inflammation and the like. You can't just simply kill a parasite like that, because the parasite can oftentimes release chemical signals when it dies that triggers inflammation in the body. But this radiation just neutralizes that and prevents that from ever being the case. And they've completely forgotten about the black liquid and the like. So fucking stupid. Really fucking stupid. This is so fucking bad. Oh my god. None of the chapters are good in this game. None of them are. And I've seen videos regarding certain skips. I've seen chapter 1 skip. I've seen the chapter 8 skip. I've seen the mine sequence skip, where you just use a rocket launcher to blow up that wall that requires the dynamite. So good that they retained that, but you don't have that on the new game whatsoever. You have to buy it from the merchant. Do you even get a free rocket launcher here? Like, why is it only restricted to the merchant? That doesn't make sense. Just imagine the amount of like inventory management you'd have to do to get that rocket launcher in your inventory. It's not like you're going to be relying upon your resources anyway. You'll only be relying upon your knives to run past enemies. You'll be barely shooting as it is, aside from using the shotgun on certain bosses, this and that. But then there's also that wrecking ball skip that I saw, that you can apparently use heavy grenades to weaken the wall even more, and that will allow Ashley to get through. I don't know if normal grenades will cut it as well. Even with those skips, it's not going to change this game at all. You're just simply increasing the time until you encounter a poor design. You're just delaying the inevitable with those kind of shortcuts, this and that. Oh god. This is fucking bad. This is really bad. What were they thinking with this game? This is turning into a fantasy at this point. It was already a fantasy back in Chapter 8. They take lore points and they just completely neglect them. And then they introduce just miracle solutions, fantasy solutions, Deus Ex Machina moments. I don't fucking get it, guys. You can just tell that there were too many writers for this game. There are far too many writers for this game, and that's why the story just flip-flops all the time in priority, and with the inclusion and removal of many lore points. Just like with Resident Evil Village's team. I really thought the storytelling would be better in this game, but it's not. This game is less serious than the original Resident Evil 4. That's what this video should be titled as. Honestly, it should be titled like that. This game is less serious than the original Resident Evil 4. At least the plaga was vague. I mean, that was mainly due to the fact that they only contributed 2 weeks to the writing and the story of Resident Evil 4 OG because they ran out of time. But they never stretched the story to this absurd of a degree. Even with all the time provided in the world, developers can still make these kind of mistakes. Because it's like they made this like 1,000-page script, right? And they were not willing to look back at the previous parts of the script because they were feeling so burned out after writing that many words. And I should know, having written my 166-page review of Resident Evil Village, there were definitely times where I didn't want to look back at the previous parts of the script, but I had to fight through that in order to make sure I wasn't repeating anything I already said in the earlier parts of the review, or that I didn't miss anything, or that I'm introducing a new idea when it completely conflicts with an original idea I established in the earlier parts of the script. I'm at least putting in the effort, but new Capcom should be doing so much more. But even when you have the QA people checking up on the story and the script, they still consider this game status gold. Story-wise, gameplay-wise, character-wise, they consider this game ready to be released to the public. Are you fucked? Are you fucked in the head right now, new Capcom? Almost about as fucking deluded as some of the things you said about Resident Evil Village. Oh, the push will be very important in the game, yet you only use it once. Or like, the Shadows of Rose DLC will be the hardest experience in Resident Evil Village, yet it's not, at all. It's so laid back, and you're barely fighting anything as it is. Or like they're gonna design the Knives Out trophy for Resident Evil Village when it doesn't fit the core designs, and you're just spending so much time running past enemies, having to deal with shitty designs, having to deal with poor designs, having to deal with broken designs, having to drag out scenarios, having to inflate the dicks of egos who just think that playing the game like it's 1% finished is somehow appealing. Little to no respect towards Resident Evil Village when they implemented that challenge. And there's even less respect to Resident Evil 4. Like, the only reason there's even less respect towards this game is because this is a reimagining of an already existing Resident Evil game that was so much more competent than whatever this game is. That's the thing. This is a reimagining of a previous game, whereas Resident Evil Village was a brand new game entirely. So the distinctions in your judgments have to be made differently here. And this game is worse than Resident Evil Village in every possible way imaginable.